Look at this car. Hear that? That is 12 cylinders with 819 horsepower from the Ferrari 12Cilindri. The 12Cilindri is a kind of a successor to the 365 Daytona. It kind of looks the part. It has the true Ferrari DNA. Like this, I'm just shocked at what kind of a driver's car this really is. I've yet to sort of get, I've only got the throttle down to the floor a couple of times. It's a bit wet today, but when I do, it's like this, the power that unleashes from that V12, it's such a nice linear response. Apparently all the power is available from 2500 RPM. Listen to that. 9500 RPM redline. I used to think the 9,000 RPM redline in the GT3 was like a climax. This is kind of putting that to shame a little bit. It's not as loud as you might think it would be with a front engine car, with the engine sort of just swallowing all that sound to the back. Listen to that. 8-speed automatic. The engine just begs you for more. It's so tempting to just keep piling on the throttle. It just wants to deliver. It's so happy to please. Yeah, that feels good. It's so smooth, as a V12 should be. I mean, the harmonic balance of a V12 is some of the best ever, but wow. Listen to these downshifts. Oh yeah. So from a standstill, this car will do 100 kilometers an hour in 2.9 seconds. That's Porsche 911 territory. Like, it just wants to. Traction control. Yeah, there's 100. Wow. Crazy. You know, I've always been kind of a Porsche guy. But, you know, Ferrari was always something really sort of never really aspired for, because it just seemed to be that so far out of reach. But in terms of engineering, design, this pinnacle in its own right, it just wants to go faster and faster and faster. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be $500K in Canada. But for those with the means, there's so much car here. It's the steering is not crazy with feedback, but it's super precise. And it's funny when you get into the car, it almost reminds me a little bit of the Corvette when you sit in the Corvette and you see those big front fenders. Now, this doesn't look anything like a Corvette. It really does look like a 356 Daytona, which was succeeded by the 550 Moderna. What this car is it's a throwback to some of Ferrari's heritage. It's all kinds of modern takes. I mean, the digital instrumentation cluster, the digital maps, There's even a cluster on the passenger side. The seats are incredibly comfortable, supportive. The car is just, Ferrari describes it as a gentleman's driver. I have to agree. Like it's bespoke in a way that, it just delivers on a kind of a class act. It's beautifully done. I love it. For Driving.ca, I'm Derek McNaughton.